welcome. My name is Rose. Welcome to my live and thank you for watching. Today, I want to talk about culture differences. Right? When I say culture differences, as me as a Caribbean kid, how my parents tried to raise me. They brought me in this country at a young age, and they still try to raise me like they was back home. Right? And it was a big conflict for me. When I say a big problem, it was a big problem. My parents brought me here at the age of 8 years old, and they wanted me to adapt to the American lifestyle. I tried to adapt to the American lifestyle. Imagine, I'm 8 years old. I don't know how to speak the language. I don't know nothing about the language. Mind you, I barely understand. I was going to school. I was still speaking Creole. And I'm Haitian, so I was still trying to find Haitian friends so I could speak my language to because I did not understand the American language. So now when I started getting adapt to the culture and I started understanding, I started making friends and I have all my friends there now. I'm speaking English a little bit better. Now I'm adapting to the culture. I'm adapting to everything with the American lifestyle. Now my parents decide to want to raise me as like we was back home. And it became a problem for me. It really became a problem because you took me from 8 years old from back home. Now I'm here in the United States. So I am adapting to the United States world. So now I said, okay, I'm trying to understand the culture. So now I start having friends. I want to hang out. I want to play with my friends. I want to do things. But my parents now seem to like, no, um, like for example, Saturday and Sundays, my friends used to be outside, and I used to want to go outside with my friends. And my mom was like, "No, you gotta clean, you gotta clean the apartment, you gotta cook, you gotta do this." What do you mean I gotta cook? So I find it kind of strange, and I started rebelling. Now I started rebelling. Like imagine. I'm getting older. I'm becoming a teenager. My friends is outside. My friends is hanging out. My friends is going to parties, and I want to go to parties with my friends. And I couldn't do that because you know why? My parents had that Caribbean mentality. So my mom used to say to me, "Oh, no, you can't spend the night at your friend's house because we from the Caribbean. We don't do that. You have to stay home." And I used to have my friends. They going to spend the night at each other house, and I wanted to go spend the night at my friend's house. And she didn't believe that. She didn't believe in nothing like that. So as a normal teenager, I started rebelling. As imagine, you're gonna rebel. Like you brought me here. So you want me to adapt to this culture. You want me to take the American lifestyle. But when I'm not listening to what you're saying, now it come to the point, oh no. If anything, you do something, I'm gonna send you back home. Okay, so why the hell you brought me here anyway? And that was the attitude that I had with my mom. I'm like, how you gonna bring me to this country and then you still trying to implement back home mentality on me? And people don't seem to understand that. That was like a big problem. This is why your kids rebel, you know? And I don't care who you are, Guyanese, Jamaican, we all does that. We all bring that back home mentality and we bring it here and we have our kids here, but we want to raise them as still as back home mentality. But you don't realize what your kids is facing when they here. The peer pressure, what they have to go through. So it became a big problem for me and my parents. And yes, I rebel a lot. I really did because I had my friends was doing certain things I couldn't do because my mom wanted me to stay home. Oh, we don't believe in that. And you know, Haitian parents, no, you gotta stay home or go read a book or go cook or go clean your room. And when my friends is outside, I want to be outside with my friends too. Like I felt like it was a problem. So now the disrespect started coming along. Now is the disrespect. I'm running out the house. I'm leaving when I have curfews. I don't come home the time of my curfew because I felt like my parents was too strict. And to the point, I got pregnant at the age of 21. I had my daughter, you know, I had a child at a young age. And for some people, they think that's still um You still an adult. For my parents, that you was not an adult then. They didn't believe in that. They didn't want none of that. They felt like I was supposed to. I just graduated out of high school. I was going to college, and I just got pregnant because all that. When you keep your kid tight, your child become like they start rebelling, and that's the problem I was having. And I have my kid, and I try to raise my kid as okay, a understanding parent. Like she could be able to come to me and talk about anything. That no matter what, I was still there to listen to her. So as a person from the Caribbean, and I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of us, like, we still have that Caribbean mentality that we brought our kid in here in the United States and we try to raise them with the same mentality as back home. No, change that. Y'all really have to change that because that's a different atmosphere. That's a different time. They dealing with what they dealing with here. And the pressure from here is different from back home. The people they relating to is different. Like the type of friends that they have is so different from back home. Back home, we so used to the neighbors. Everybody was looking out for us. If your parents wasn't home, you still had the neighbors watching over you. Over here, it's a different type of story. So that's why I said it was a culture difference for me. And I had like so much issues with my parents when I was growing up. So that's why I said, why do we do that to our kids? Like, why as Caribbean parents we still have that mentality as we bring our kids here and we still trying to put that Caribbean mentality of back home towards our kids now. Let me know what's on your mind, please. Tell me what's going on. And if you like this video, please comment, subscribe, or even join me in this topic because I really like to hear your point of view. Thank you for watching.